All right. I'm here with Matt Crane. I really appreciate you taking this time out to talk with us today. So we're just going to jump right in. So tell me a little bit about you and what you do and how you got started.
Man, it's an honor to be here with you, buddy. I appreciate the invite. I'll give you a very quick overview of me and who we are. We started Meta Fitness Studio in 2016. We are a private one-on-one personal training studio, but honestly, man, we really, me and my business partners, Mike Smith, Scott Cannon, we've been in the fitness industry. Almost 20 years each. Me since 2009. So lots of experience. So really leading up to where we started our own business with Meta Fitness Studio back in 2016. That was kind of the culmination of each of our individual careers and us coming together as one to create something special. And we were only able to do it because of all of our combined experiences and history to get both separately, but also together. But truly what we do, I mean, obviously personal training is exactly what it sounds like. We train people to fitness, obviously, but we like to think that it's much more. We don't think we know. It's much more than just lifting weights. We are really committed to the person as a whole. It's just as much a mental workout at times as it is a physical one. And we really pride ourselves in the experience of what people get when they come see us. So that's us in a nutshell. As much as you want to know, I'd love to give you, but since 2016, we've grown tremendously. We are on the cusp of growing again. So lots of exciting news to come very, very soon. And just excited about all of it.
Cool. Well, tell me, first of all, what makes you guys different? So you said personal training. So I understand that it's not just about a gym membership. You guys are doing the actual training, but what makes you guys different in that space, in the personal training space? What's your unique selling proposition?
Man, I love that. First of all, I would say we don't sell anything. My previous life, when I started in the gym in 2009, when I was in a corporate, at a corporate gym, which was a great start. I'm forever grateful for my experience there. But I remember being there and we used to have sales classes all the time. And I was like, we are doing more sales classes and sales learning than we are actually learning to just be good trainers and be good stewards and take care of our clients. And it really turned me off with the term sale. So I would say our selling proposition is not a sale at all. It's just what we do. And while we're different, our biggest differentiator is honestly, it's all about the experience. So when our clients walk in, we know exactly what they want. We know what channel they want it on. We know if they want cold or hot water. We want to know if they want a towel or not. We know what's going on with their families. We know what's going on with them throughout the day. So as opposed to some of the larger gyms, which again, fantastic, to where they don't really know you and who you are until you walk in and you scan that card and they're like, oh, hey, William, how are you? With us, I like to call it kind of the Cheers of gyms, where everybody knows your name. Everybody loves to come into a place where everybody recognizes you, not just your trainer, but also all of the employees there, and not only the employees, but truly all of the other clients that are there too. So we really have promoted and built and cultivated a community of people who are all in it together. Our tagline from the very beginning has always been transformation together. And it truly embodies everything that we are as a business and as a people and what we try to be, not only for our clients, but also for our community.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you guys put the personal in personal training.
Earlier, man. I mean, there's a lot of trainers out there who they don't like to be called a personal trainer. They want to have some, fitness expert, fitness physiologist, exercise scientist, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, why are you turned off by the term personal trainer? And because it's really at the heart of all we do is connecting on a deeper level with our clients. Because if you can't make that connection, first of all, our clients are lifers. We have them for lifetimes. We don't have a lot of turnover retention rate is crazy. And it's simply because we care about our people, and we wear a personal trainer as a badge of honor. So for us, it's something we really take pride in.
That's awesome. So with that being said, like, what were some of the impacts of COVID? Because you guys were around then. So what were some of those challenges?
Well, I mean, this is you mentioned some obstacles and some hurdles, and this was probably really a defining moment for us as a business. Of course, COVID happened March 2020. Well, what we didn't know, we had been planning an expansion for about 4 or 5 months, really for a year or so prior to that, but really got confirmation and we're moving forward with an expansion about 4 months prior to that. And 3 weeks prior to learning that COVID was coming, we had already started our expansion. We had just demoed, knocked down walls. So here we are doubling our space, doubling bills, doubling expectations, all the things. And then COVID hits, and they are saying, don't go to restaurants, don't go to bars, most certainly don't go to a gym. And so here we are, we're like, okay, we're doubling everything. And they're telling nope, come see us. So we were faced with a tremendous challenge. I'll tell you though, first and foremost, we had the support of our clients who were, even through that, man, they were behind us, had our backs, had people who continued to help support and even pay memberships, even when they knew they couldn't come when we had to be shut down. The support of our business partners, landlords, vendors, everyone who was just like, listen, we know what you're going through for the next month to whatever. Don't worry about it. We'll get you on the back end. So they were really accommodating. So I have to give credit to all of those people who were just very kind and understanding, just an amazing community to help us get through it. But then just our contractors and the people who, man, we're like, look, we know we're doing the right thing. This is the right business move. Yes, uncertain times, but we know this is the right move, and we're going to stick with it. And we powered forward. We went through it, and we got it done. And we reopened in May. I want to say May of 2020. The amazing thing that happened, and it's kind of I sensed it. Well, the shift was already kind of happening. Was people, because of COVID, were kind of a little weary of a larger gym setting. So a smaller, private, more controlled space, and incredibly clean. We really, that's another thing I'll say about us too, is we're very detailed. We take care of our studio. All of our stuff is very well maintained. And so it was very appealing to people at that time. And within reopening in May, we've already, I think back in 2020, by the end of 2020, we were already almost fully booked again. So man, it's been an incredible blessing, but yeah, that was a true obstacle, I have to say.
Yeah, I think it was for most businesses, but I can see it being a really big obstacle for you guys. Yeah, but great that you guys made it on the other side of that. So,
thank you.
As a business owner, I know you said you had worked in a corporate gym before, but when you partnered up with the people that you're with, and you guys went out and got this particular gym, or start this business,
right?
What was the shift that you had to make, like from working in an establishment to owning one?
Man, so that's a great question, and I would say taking a leap and not being and honestly, leading up to 2015, when me, Mike, and Scott had decided to make this happen late 2015. Leading up to that, I left the corporate world and I started my own business, but it was just me training out of my apartment gym at the time. And then as I had 5 clients there, and as I outgrew the apartment gym, there was a local studio just up the street that allowed me to rent space. And then from there, that's where I met my current business partners, and we grew our books of business within there till we got to the point to say, hey, we can do this. But the shift really was we wanted something unique and special to service our clients who we felt really deserved a special place, because they had always supported us through everything, and we knew where we were currently wasn't going to be able to get us to where we wanted to be, but also wasn't the environment, wasn't the space wasn't the experience that we felt our clients deserve. So really it was us wanting to service and take care of our clients, but also to just achieve dreams and ambitions that we all had. And a lot of trainers you'll speak with are like, yeah, I want to own my own gym one day. Yeah. Well, you talk to them, well, what does that mean? And then they're like, well, I don't know, maybe not. A lot to it, but really, man, just the shift was just being like, guys, we can do this, and just going and just taking a running leap and learning as we go. And we are still learning as we go, and thankful for the privilege to be able to learn.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now you mentioned learning, and I got a question about that. Since you train other people, on their physical fitness, who have you looked for training as far as some of the business or managing or even accounting, or who have been some of the trainers that you don't have to name them, but just some of the people who have helped you develop those skills? And how is that, being somebody who's used to kind of training others?
And I'll tell you, man, I've got a quote or saying or whatever. I don't even know if someone's ever said this. I'm sure they have, but I've always said that if I'm the smartest guy in the room, then I'm not in the right room. I want to be in a place associated with people who know more than me, because it's going to help me to grow and to evolve. And so one of my biggest things in business and in life that I have learned is to always surround yourself with people who have been there, done that, who know more than you, who have your best interest in mind. And it doesn't have to be in your field. Like you mentioned, not just trainers. I do have several mentor friends who have just been tremendous leaders and mentors in my life, on the training side and the business side of things too, but also other business leaders, CEOs, CFOs, who I tap into, who a lot of them, honestly, it's a product of, I train them. They're my clients. So in our sessions, I'm able to sometimes be able to get a session with them while we're working out, just running ideas past them and just listening to their experiences. And honestly, man, just being willing to be humble and just be okay with, you don't know everything. Yeah. And that it's all good not to know everything. And it's okay if somebody asks you a question to say, I don't know the answer, but let me go find it for you. I think a lot of people are, they feel like if they don't know every answer, if they can't give every answer right in the heat of the moment, they're somewhat less than. And for me, I think the key is to really humbling yourself and surrounding yourself with all those people who you look up to, who have accomplished things and who are leaders, not only in your industry, but definitely search out other industries as well too. Because in business, really and truly, there's so many different overlap and similarities that you can learn from anybody.
Yeah. Seems to be some real general business principles that apply to any kind of business. So yes, that's really good. So what's some of you mentioned a quote. What's some of your favorite quotes? What's some of the things that what's some of the things that you say to yourself or you say to your clients, you find yourself repeating some?
I'll tell you, and this has been my personal quote since, I'm not going to go all the way back in my deep background, but before this, I was in banking, and I lost my job back in 2008. And at the time, it was a pretty significant moment in my life where I just, had lost all identity of who I was. At the time, I identified myself by my job and my career. And when that happened in 2008, it was a huge blow for me. And I went through a period of struggle. But the one mantra that I adopted, and I think now the Avengers stole it, but man, this was my 2008, 2009, is whatever it takes. And that's whatever it takes is applicable in so many areas of our life, right? Obviously, it's applicable when we're training and we're working out, hey, got to get there, got to do whatever it takes. If you want this, you got to do whatever it takes. In business, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be time where you take your licks, man. COVID example. But hey, we're going to do whatever it takes to get through this and to not only survive, but thrive on the other side of things. So that's been one thing for me. As far as quote personally, professionally, just all areas of my life. It applies to everything, man. So if there was one thing, that would definitely be it.
That's awesome, man. So tell me, in your journey so far, what do you think you've learned about yourself? You know,
Great, man. Gosh, I love that question, actually. And as I've become a dad now, I have a 3-year-old and almost 2-year-old. My house is an absolute circus. So as I've become a dad, and getting older too, I'll be 43 in July. I've become much more introspective, I guess I would say, and mindful of my life, my legacy, and what I want that to be. And so I guess what I've learned most about myself is I'm resilient, is that I'm driven, is that I'm very, very hard on myself, but I'm learning to give myself grace, which has been really hard for me to do. I'm learning that it's okay to ask for help. I mentioned earlier, we don't always know the answers. As a man, as a leader in my past, it's always been one of those things where I felt like when I didn't know the answer, or I was coming up short, or I was struggling with something, that I just needed to bear the burden. I didn't need to share it with people, that I just needed to get through it and tough it out. And truly the answer is that's just a little prideful.
yeah.
So I really learned more to be humble and to humble myself. And that's okay, because on the other end, it's all about become the best version of ourselves. And I think I just read or listened to on Audible Matthew McConaughey's book Green Lights, and it's phenomenal. And in one of his speeches, he was getting the Oscar for, I can't remember what it was. It may have been Dallas Buyers Club. But he's talking about in his acceptance speech, the man he wants to be is the man he is 10 years from now. And so that's who I'm trying to be. Yes, I've come a long way now than I was 10 years ago, but I've got a long way to be that man that I will aspire to be 10 years from now. So I think for me, it's just a constant evaluating, improving, finding ways to and it doesn't have to be dramatic things, man, right? Like you don't have to go out and do some gigantic task to make you a better person or better businessman. It can be for me, for like every morning, take my boys to school, and on the way back from daycare to the gym, which is about a 15-20 minute drive, I am listening to some podcast, a book, something to just inspire me, put some little nugget in my head that just moves me throughout the day. But those small little things, I preach to my clients, it's small steps, big results. And that has proven to be true time after time, forever. I mean, every little small thing you do, they add up. So it doesn't have to be one big gigantic accomplishment. All these little small stepping stones, man, that'll get you there too.
Man, that's awesome. I got 2 more questions for you. One, if someone, what would you say, what type of advice would you give someone that's thinking about going into business, for themselves? Whatever kind of business it is, what type of advice would you give that person? If you had to tell them one thing to make sure that just one nugget.
One nugget that I would say, if I can only give them one, I'm going to revert back to the surround yourself with the people and trust people that know what they do. Stay in your lane and let those people do what they do. It's on the front end. It's going to seem costly and expensive, and it is. It's not seem. It is expensive to do these things into it, but it is an investment into your business, and it is a worthy investment to hire and surround yourself with the people who are going to they're going to help you get to where you want to go, and then just trust them. let them direct your baby. It's going to be okay.
And that's awesome. So last question, and then if you could tell me what you kind of hinted at it a little bit when we first got on about some plans. You ain't got to let the cat out the bag, but kind of tell us what you envision for your business in the future. So kind of let us see a little bit of what you envision. And then the last thing is, man, tell people how they can get in contact with you guys, or come and see you at the gym.
Dude, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity again. When we decided on this, we decided to do this from the very beginning. We wanted to build something great. We wanted to build something that we could reach as many people as possible. So from the very beginning, this was always intended, and we always had the dreams to grow this to more than just one location. And we always talked about it being a franchise. And that's the direction we are heading. Now, what that looks like, does it mean that we have 2 locations or 3 or 4? That is yet to be determined. I believe the brand, the experience, how we set ourselves apart is going to take us nationwide, if not globally. But just because of the attention to detail, our customer service is second to none. That is our first and foremost thing that we do. So we envision us, this being a franchise. Our next location is coming soon. Cannot wait to announce. When I say soon, we'll be announcing it in the next month or so. After that one gets up and running, we fully expect it to continue just to expand. And obviously we have a great name because Facebook tried to take it here a year or so ago. Hey, and don't think we have that trademark too, by the way. So we'll there, but but yeah, man, we've really worked hard. We've been another thing for us is being patient but proactive. A lot of times you see companies that may grow too quickly, and that's that's nothing wrong with that. But for us, we've had opportunities that we've explored and we've poured a lot of time and effort into, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And our response to that is, it's just one no closer to our yes. Now there may be 10 no's or 100 no's, but that 101 is a yes, and that's the one that we're prepared for. So we have been so patient, but again, proactive, and we're just excited about the future ahead of us. As far as people being able to contact us, it's metafitstudio.com. We're on Instagram, Meta Fitness Studio, Facebook. Again, my name's Matt Crane, Mike Smith, Scott Cannon, with 3 principal owners in the business. And man, right now we're in Mountain Brook on 3150 Overton Road across from Publix. The second one, I'll have to let you know here in about a month, but it is coming very soon. And if you think that our studio now is beautiful and amazing, this next one is next level. I'm a little bit envious that I'm not going to be at that location, but it's going to.
That's awesome, Matt, man. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And hopefully everybody get on and find you guys online and go check out that beautiful studio that you got in Mountain Brook and be on the waiting list for when you guys open the other one.
And hey, dude, again, thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad you reached out. And this is, us business owners, we like to talk about ourselves sometimes. Yeah. So, and I appreciate the opportunity and just to be able to expand our reach is awesome, man. And I appreciate you.